Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we are back in the Shield Isles. We were on our way back to Mâr Naphra, but I was just checking the crew members I'm missing. And from what I understand, Elladan and Elrohir are very close by. Oh yeah, there he is. So close. Oh boy. Am I glad I did take the time to look this up before coming back. Did you imagine? Coming back here, it wouldn't be the end of the world or anything, but glad we're here anyway.
My brother and I thought to scout Bâkhabar and avoid notice, but...
My brother and I thought to scout Bâkhabar and avoid the attention of the Corsair settlement we discovered in the island's interior. But it was not long before we heard the sound of someone calling for help from within the ruin atop this hill. We could not remain idle, Beriathan, you understand. We went to investigate and only then discovered that he was clearly a Corsair. By most accounting, he is a foe of our mission, but we could not leave him to be devoured by the Kergrim that threatened him. We saved him and brought him back here. Have we done wrong?
My name is Yahîm. I am not one to refuse aid when it is offered.
You are a friend of these elves? I am not accustomed to speaking with such as they, but I cannot deny that if they had not come along, I would not now be dead. My name is Yahîm, and I am not one to refuse aid when it is offered. It is true, I am a Corsair, and Mâr Naphra is my home, but I confess I am currently without a ship. If you hold a grudge against my kind, I understand it, but we are not currently at sea. On land, can we not remain friendly? I appreciate the timely intervention of these elves, and I do not mean to be ungrateful, but when I followed them to safety, I left my sword behind. If you will return to the Kergrim-infested ruin atop this island and retrieve my sword for me, I will see that you are rewarded. The elves seem more interested in what I might know than what valuables I might give to them, if you take my meaning. I will tell you what I know about the heirs of Castamir and the Kindred of the Coins, if you bring my sword to me at my home by the water on the eastern side of Mâr Naphra. Unless I have misjudged your intent, that is what you want to know, is it not? If you will do this, can I ask for one more favor? Slay some more of the Kergrim for me, will you? They are disgusting creatures spreading filth and disease, and they should not remain among the old ruins. It is not right. Yeah, on that we agree. And I will be glad to help you fight the Kergrim. I'm not looking forward to it, but somebody has to do it. Right? So... hopefully this won't take long. Now you might have already realized, and I'm really sorry about it once again, but I got a cold again. It's not even a full flu, it's just the cold. This end of year was particularly cold where I live, and I swear I've got to be one of the most cold susceptible persons on the planet. This happens to me so often. But yeah, I hope you don't mind my nasally voice. Well, more nasal than usual, because I truly don't know what to do, and I am so intrigued by what will come next that I really can't wait. I of course cannot do this without my lifetimes. God, please let me survive. Yeah, I seem to be doing pretty good. Had I known that Elladan and Elrohir would be here, I of course would have done that before coming here to get the casks and fight the Kergrim, of course. Two birds, one stone, but... Well, it wasn't a big of a setback. This must be the sword Yahîm left behind when the elves rescued him. And, we have the sword, we just need couple more of this Kergrim, which are thankfully here. They are dropping a lot of task items, and that will come in handy as well, of course, for the reputation and everything. Oh, Yahîm is already not here. Pity, I wanted a picture. Forgot.
Yahîm said you should bring his sword to him at his home in Mâr Naphra.
We will meet you back at the Wave Hunter. Okay, so that will complete the quest for us. As far as I know, this is all we were missing. I mean, all this is waiting for us. We just need to go back to Mâr Naphra to turn in all our quests. And who knows if we'll get another vector. Is that gonna be the end of the quests we'll get in here? Or will they send us to Zamarzîr? Is my question. This music here is also very reminiscent of the combat themes in Western Gondor, if I remember correctly. A very nice little detail to drive home the I can say the familiarity between the Corsairs and the men of Gondor, their shared ancestry, perhaps, and how they have gone through different paths over the year. Now, there's a treasure cache up there. I don't know how to get up there, but I, of course, am going to get it. Wasn't that hard, it seems. Of course, these guys will not let me be. Well, there's one. Is this gonna be number 9? I think it is. Yeah, this is number 9. Awesome. We're just missing 5 caches. I'm not sure if that means we have gotten all the caches here. No! In this northern side of the Shield Isles. Because I did end up, it was not intentional, of course, but I did end up finding a map with the treasure caches of the Shield Isles. And I, of course, didn't look at the exact locations because I didn't want to spoil it. But I did count how many caches there are in this portion of the Shield Isles we have not been to yet. And I don't know if it's wishful thinking or something else, but I seem to remember there were 5. And if that's the case, oh boy, that will be so great. But as I said, I don't want to take a closer look because I don't want to spoil the locations for myself. I want to find them on my own. This is not the way I intended to come back to the town, but it works. So who am I to complain, right? Oh, for a moment I thought that eye patch were sunglasses, which would have been very funny and lore breaking. So it was intriguing, to say the least. Do we have here? No, it's down below. Just need to avoid these troublemakers. Ah, Yahîm. Yeah, the worst part about this cold is everybody home has it, because the weather has been pretty rough these last few days.
Thank you for returning my sword to me. How would I make my living without it?
Yahîm lowers his voice and looks to either side before continuing in a hushed tone. The life of a Corsair is not what it once was. I confess it. I blame the years of customary for that, but when I do so, I make sure not to do so loudly, or when not in the company of those I know well. I make an exception for you and for your elf companions, for if you cannot trust those who save your life, who can you trust? I promised you knowledge. Here it is. After the death of Balakhâd's scourge in Gondor, his widow Saklaphêl thought to claim the rule of Umbar, acting as regent through their young son Balakhâd. But the rioting in the streets and the rise of the Kindred of the Coins caused her to abandon both that plan and the city. She fled to the Shield Isles and now lives in exile here in Mâr Naphra. None see her. She issues orders to her servants through Galadith, her spokesman. Supporters of the Heirs of Castamere believe she will organize the remaining Corsairs and attack the city, and the Kindred will control it. But I have heard there is a reason she cannot. Some say Balakhâd died during the fighting when the city fell, but others say that the Kindred hold him hostage, and Saklaphêl dares not attack the city for fear he will be slain. Once again, I thank you and those elves for the rescue and for the return of my sword. I hope my information is of help to you. Yeah, it's very useful information, very interesting. And it's also very interesting the fact that this comes through an optional quest that potentially not all players would see. So I guess when we do get to Umbar, there will be a way for us to confirm if these rumors are true. If Balakhâd was slain or if he survived and is held hostage. And in that case, we might need to free 3 captives instead of 2. So, okay, that's something to keep in mind.
Speak quickly, I have much to do.
That's it then, a job well done. So long as we keep their numbers from going out of control, they shouldn't be a nuisance to this town. Okay. Ah, yeah, you were upstairs, my bad.
Need you something from me?
Well, would you look at that, you came through. I promise not to harass upstanding, tight-strapped fellows like yourself from now on. You all can be quite useful. Yeah, that does remind me of Jajax a little bit. Like, you have your own honor, your own code of honor in a funny... not only funny, but uncompromising kind of way. It's at the same time flattering and a little bit insulting, so I don't know how you managed to do that.
Spare a moment for me.
Well, I should have seen that coming. Could never trust a Corsair, eh? Anyways, I reckon we have no choice but to nip this in the bud. There's a reward in it for you. Pay Katak Marsh a visit and take care of them before they cause more trouble for Mâr Naphra, would ya? Okay. Where is Citadel? Lindgren. Ah, my god, this cold is so bad. I don't remember where Citadel was. The Warden trainer. Not that flattering to have your trainer buy the pigs, but I mean, I love the Wardens. What little playtime I've got with mine was really fun. It's a very weird choice to have the Bjorning trainer in such a weird spot. Now where is Catterick? Whatever. Where is she supposed to be? I didn't pay close attention to her location. I didn't expect her to just vanish. I don't want to, oh god, pull every single troublemaker in town. I mean, she was... Where was she? She's supposed to be here. Try as you might, you cannot find Catterick anywhere. Yeah, glad to see I was not saying things. Thank you. Catterick Glintgreen seems to have vanished from Mâr Naphra. You may have your suspicions about what you discovered, but it seems your questions will never be put to rest. No, don't do that to me. I want answers. Oh boy. I guess I'll make my own theories when the time comes to review the episodes to upload them. The line in the sand. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think we can leave that for later, but... It seems we should be coming now back to the Wave Hunter, if anything just to talk to Elladan and Elrohir. If I've been keeping count correctly, well, we still have Gwallang's quest undergoing, so at least with that one we know where we need to go. But we also need to find Gwallang, and Gwallang is further to the south. Now, as far as I know, as far as I have understand, we can still advance the epic, and that will not affect Gwallang's optional quest in the Shield Isles. We just need to make sure to complete this quest before we go to Umbar. Otherwise, you will not get Gwallang's quests in Umbar. And you will only get them if you come back here and do Gwallang's quest. But there was a forum post a few weeks ago that somebody was complaining about not getting the quest, and I didn't read too much into it because I didn't want to see the spoilers or anything. But I do remember Maid of Lions did answer on that post, and if I got his answer correctly, he was saying, you are not lost. The optional crew members will remain at their quest locations, and they will not disappear if you advance the story or not. Because I don't remember the exact reason why they don't disappear, but bottom line, they don't. That's good. I would really love to find that post. And if you don't mind waiting just a minute or two, I might be able to pull it off and get Maid of Lions' answer, official answer, on that one before we talk to Bâkhabar, just to be safe. Oh, all the optional crew members would come back to the boat? Seems to be. Well, Legolas and Gimli are not optional. We have Gangur, we have Elladan and Elrohir. Well, Rosarin is already there in the boat. Bruidis was up here, right? Yeah, there she is, behind the poles. Okay, some of them come back to the Wave Hunter. We already knew that, but it's also nice to see the ship repopulating bit by bit.
This is a very strange adventure, where we must save our foes and rely upon them to free our friends.
Rely upon what they can tell us to free our friends. My head spins, but I think Elrohir and I did the right thing. We could not leave Yahîm to be devoured by the Kergrim, whether his allegiance is to the heirs of Castamere or not. Corsair or no, he is still a man, and he needed help. My brother feels the same, I am certain of it.
What did Yahîm have to say about the heirs of Castamere and the kindred of the coins?
Elladan and I would have rescued him no matter what information he had to share, but if his information is useful, then so much the better. You tell Elrohir what the Corsair had to say and he mulls it over for a moment. He does not know if the son of Balakhâd and Saklaphêl is alive and held by the kindred of the coins, but I think we have seen enough to know that they are the type to take prisoners. It could be Thorongil and Balakhâd are all being held in the same dungeon, the easier to keep an eye upon them. The kindred can then use each of them as leverage upon their respective families and friends. It is interesting too that Saklaphêl fled to Mâr Naphra. At least we will know from where the years of Castamere might be organized, should they once again become a threat. It is worth keeping an eye upon anyway, as if there was not enough to do already. Thank you for helping us with Yahîm, Beriathan. Elladan and I will see what else we can help with around here. Alright, completed the Isles, Elladan and Elrohir. Give me just a moment, and I see if I can pull a Maid of Lions forum post regarding the optional crew members, just to be safe, because if we are able to advance the epic without missing on anything, I might as well go and talk to Bâkhabar right now. Yeah, here it is. It wasn't that hard. Give me just a moment, I'm scanning through the forum post. Alright, there we have it. Someone said, I suspect that completing the quest chain with Bâkhabar at Voyage's End locks out anyone whose Isles quest wasn't completed, and Maid of Lions answered, it does not. If you can find Gwallang among the Shield Isles, you should be able to do his Isles quest at any time, assuming you completed his the crew quest. If you didn't, you can also go back and do the crew at any time also. Oh, you can also... Fool! I was very aware that LOTRO players don't like to feel they permanently missed anything. And here also says, not on up the optional crew members have dialogue in that quest, referring to one of the epic quests that I haven't read about because I don't want the spoilers. For that very reason. Some of them are optional. I couldn't be certain you had recruited them, so they can have anything to say in the mandatory part of the quest. Quests where you do have unique things to say, like during the voyage of the Wave Hunter, have some very complicated mechanisms under the hood that work best in an instant space and not on landscape. Awesome. So, not only are we safe now to talk to Bâkhabar to advance the story, but that gives me peace of mind knowing that if I don't recruit anyone, I can go back at any point to Outer Gondor and get them. So that means I can still do my minimalistic run with my captain, gathering only the mandatory crew members and see as far that can get me. And if at any point I still want to go back and do their quests, I can still do it. That would be... That's awesome. I love it.
Many members of the crew have returned to the Wave Hunter.
Yeah, I'm only missing 2 of them by my count. And I know we have you to thank for that. Did their scouting turn up anything of use to us? You tell Bâkhabar what you learned about the widow Saklaphêl and the heirs of Castamere and the bounty she has placed upon the leadership of the Kindred of the Coins. He smiles wryly. I suppose that might be one way to complete our mission. Get one of these bounty hunters to slay the folk responsible for capturing Thorongil and mount a rescue mission during the ensuing chaos. What were the names of the targets? Asagath the Sea Shadow, Belondor of the Fleet Fast, and Harmelach Golden Hand. They sound lovely. Think it over. Sirgon joins you and calls for your attention.
I am sorry to interrupt.
But I overheard you speaking with Bâkhabar, and I thought I heard the boy speak a name that, well, a name I have not heard in many years. Did you speak the name Belondor? Or have I misheard you? Bâkhabar shrugs apologetically and responds that Belondor of the Fleet Fast was listed as one of the bounties for which Saklaphêl would be a valuable reward. Sirgon nods, haunted look in his eye. I see. It couldn't be, but yet perhaps it could.
Let us not speak of it here.
Lead me to the west of here, Beriathan. It may be I am worried for nothing, and it is not the same man, but my heart says it must be. Oh boy. To the west? Yeah, sure. Anything to get answers. Friggin' saber tooths. Saber teeth. Whatever. The less I have to fight them, the better. Something tells me, no, the turtle, no, that's not what I wanted to do. You got in my way. A turtle is not supposed to be that fast. So I was saying, yeah. By the map, it seems Sirgon is by the shore instead of up the slope, so there we go. You don't dare attack me. I don't want anything to do with you. Sirgon? Where are you? Now, oh boy, this sunset. Boy. Isn't this cool? You remember back in the day? The all-in-one days where I loved to take pictures in the sunset? And some of Volume 2 as well. Well, there's a good reason for that. Boy, this looks great. But where is Sirgon? Oh, no, he was upstairs. Upstairs, no, up the slope. Boy, I'm such a mess right now. Sirgon stands on the rocky outcropping, staring out at the water.
Thank you for indulging me in this.
I owe you so much for allowing me to join the crew of the Wave Hunter and come with you on this voyage. I would follow you to the very ends of the earth. Know that I would, and never complain or say to you a cross word. I have always done my duty as I saw it, first for the Steward of Gondor, and then for the King Elessar, and now for you as the leader of this mission. So I will not steal my tongue now, and I will tell you the source of my fear, may it prove without base. The name is spoken by the young scribe, Belondor. I knew a Belondor when I was a young man. He was born in Amphalas and grew up along the Langstrath, and we both served at the command of the steward Denethor. Belondor and I were well nigh inseparable, and together sailed this very bay of Elphalas and up the coast of Gondor to more distant shores. He was at my wedding by the Valar, and gave the toast before all the gathered company. Celebros had me keep the stuffed birds he gave us for a wedding gift in my hall of keepsakes, even when later events made the reminder a painful one. Oh yeah, I also remember those stuffed birds. We rose in the estimation of the steward. Even as I was made master of the fleets of Gondor, Belondor was named Warden of the Firth, and worked faithfully to keep the city of Umbar under guard, its pirates quelled and under control. He was an empathic guardian of the city, fair and just to the Umbari people, and they loved him. But this love proved to have a cost. Sirgon seems ready to continue his tale.
Over time, the steward Denethor came to distrust Belondor.
The steward Denethor came to believe that Belondor cared more for the people of Umbar than he did for his native Gondor, and he distrusted the man he had named Warden of the Firth. He believed Belondor had fallen under the sway of the Church of the All-Seeing, a religion that had at the time a small, though growing, presence in the city of Umbar. This was impossible to believe, and even today I do not believe it, but the steward had other reasons to distrust Belondor. My old friend had fallen in love with an Umbari noblewoman named Meshka. I do not know how the steward came to learn of this, but the rumors eventually came even to the White City. There must have been spies aboard one or more of Belondor's ships, or lurking in the court of Meshka's home, but I cannot say for certain. When paired with Belondor's recent missives, which counseled mercy and fairness for the Umbari people, these whispers painted a clear picture of betrayal that the Steward of Gondor could not disbelieve. He commanded the master of his navy to pursue the traitor Belondor, relieve him of his duties, and bring him back to Gondor. I could not refuse the command, Beriathan. Oh boy, no way. That means then Belondor is a man of Sirgon's age, roughly. Sirgon seems ready to conclude his tale.
I am not a man for whom deceit comes easily.
But I could not think my old friend a traitor without good cause. On any other day, a call to dinner at my manor house would have been the signal for a time of merriment and joyful reunion, but on this day it was a lure. Belondor answered the summons, for he had no reason to suspect the orders given to me by the steward Denethor. Over dinner I asked him where lay his loyalties, and his answer did not dispel my worries. They lie with Umbar Bâkhabar, the city of sails, my old friend, he said to me. They lie with my Meshka, to whom I am betrothed, and only then do they lie with Gondor. Can a man not serve 3 loves equally in his heart, if he is wise and fair? Oh boy. The steward Denethor does not think so, I told him, and our raised voices would have proven to me that our friendship was at an end, even if the drawn swords had not followed. Each of us sustained injuries in that duel, and Belondor fled through the shadowed streets of Balakhâd to where his ship lay moored. For 3 days I pursued him in my own vessel across the tumultuous bay, when at last he dared draw too near the grinding jaws. Among the rocks of Sherax's king his ship perished. Some of his crew we rescued, but of Belondor there was no sign, and I believed him drowned, lost at sea. The steward Denethor praised me for the pursuit, but I mourned lost Belondor, and cursed the duty that made me drive my friend to his death. But I cursed it silently, for still I served the steward. Oh boy.
The Belondor that belongs now to the Kindred may not be the same man, but in my heart I know he must be.
Did he survive the wreck of his ship during my pursuit and come to make a desperate living upon the wild Isles? He did not hold hatred for Gondor in his heart before that night, whatever the steward may have believed, but afterwards, no man could do otherwise. I cannot know by what paths he returned to Umbar, but when he did, it seems he found others who shared his mind. Did he rise through the ranks of the Kindred, or perhaps he was there at its founding? Now at least he holds a position with enough standing to warrant one of Saklaphêl's bounties. Sirgon stares at you unhappily. I was so pleased to sail again, Beriathan. I had consigned its feelings of guilt to the past and let the passing of the years dull their pain. But if Belondor did not drown on that night, if he now leads the Kindred of the coins that hold Thorongil and your elf friend captive, I fear that the history between us may put both those lives in greater danger than we believed, and all because I thought I missed the sea. But I earned my own share of guilt upon the waters, Beriathan. I had thought it gone, but it is never truly gone, is it? You tell Sirgon that it is the mission of the Waif Hunter to rescue Nauriel's son Thorongil and your friend Corudan from the Kindred of the Coins, no matter who compromises its membership. He nods, reluctantly. It must be so, but you must tell the Lady Nauriel what I have told you. If her son may be further in danger by this account, she deserves to know of it. Yeah, I do agree with that as well. So let me go back to the Lady Nauriel. Oh my bad, I have my mic off. As I was saying, I was just checking the new gear that we got, the same cosmetic and everything. There are no differences in between the cosmetics you get from Umbar, it seems. And my bags are full. Boy, that's a mess. Anyway, Lady Nauriel does deserve to know indeed, and so we need to tell her.
You have the look of someone who bears bad tidings.
But with our current situation as it is, I cannot imagine what could be worse. You tell Nauriel briefly of Sirgon's belief that Belondor of the Fleetfast may have once been a friend of his. She raises an eyebrow at you and puts her hand on the hilt of her sword, toying with the favored tied there by her husband, Carandolian. It matters not to me, Beriathan, unless Sirgon thinks to stand with the Kindred of the Coins against us when the time comes to rescue my son. Do you think he might? But that is still some time away. we must first leave these islands and reach the city of the Corsairs. Daxamat and some others of the crew have gone to the settlement of Halrax on the southern island of Zamarzîr to see what they can learn of the bounty hunter Saklaphêl has likely employed. Can I ask you to also speak with residents of Halrax about this? Once we have learned what we can about them, we may be able to make use of them in the rescue of Thorongil as we discussed. Alright. So yes, as you see now, the Epic is sending us to Halrax. So this will give us the chance of completing Gwallang's and Gwalang's quests. And if we had done this in a better order, I think we would have left Sigillet's and Gimli's quests for this time. No, wait, you need to do Gimli. Gimli is mandatory and Sigillet as well. No, that's a terrible idea. No, that doesn't make sense. Scratch what I just said. But Gwallang and Gwallang definitely fit better at this point in the story, I would say. Now, as we make our way to Halrax and well the other quests that we have in here, I know there are a lot of things that I'm not using. But I still cannot make myself get rid of some of them. The jacket we can safely discard because, well, we already have something better. Didn't see you there. Boy. And with that we can open our new tracery. Javelin skills damage, I don't know. I know there are some people who use it. Even though, as far as I know, it does not affect javelin gambits in assailment stance. I don't see that much of a point, honestly. I think there are better Warden traceries than javelin damage. At least I don't use my javelin skills that much. I don't know what I'm missing there. But yeah, I don't see a big point in doing javelin damage. I can tell you though, I cannot wait until I do the shield dials with another character. And do them in the order I think now fits best with the story, because that seems a little bit more natural, the flow of the quests, if you go to Mâr Naphra first and then pick up all your crew members as you go doing the side quests of Mâr Naphra. At least that seems to be the way for the first half of the shield isles. Now that we're going to Halrax, I don't know what the game does expect of us, or well, rather how these quests have been designed. We still have 5 caches to find, and I really hope that I did count them properly. on this map I found online. It's on Laurel's Den, by the way. I'm not sure if I had already mentioned the website to you, but it's a very useful website in my opinion. It has a lot of useful tips and information in general. I have used it a few times already, and I think Laurel does a great job in keeping it updated with the current state of the game. So she uploaded the maps for the treasure caches of the shield isles. And once again, I didn't see the full map. Like, I didn't check the coordinates. I barely remember the general location of those caches. I just did a quick count. And I think I'm on the right track here. Although I'm gonna say that 9th cache that we found today, that was pure luck. I did not expect the cache to be there actually. But I'm still glad we did. And if we missed a cache on this northern portion of the Shield Isles, I hope we'll get a chance to come back here at some point. So that we can correct that mistake, hopefully. I should have set my milestone at Mâr Naphra. I just can't make myself do it. Your milestone, at least the way I see it, it's supposed to be like your home. Of course, from a gameplay perspective, it's just a swift travel to a convenient location. It's gotta be a place you can call home. I don't see myself calling Mâr Naphra home. The only home I can see for myself in the Shield Isles, it's the Wave Hunter. Oh, this is the little village we saw on the previous episode. Katach Marsa. Awesome. We need to defeat a few Corsairs in here, and it seems somebody else is already doing that, so we can get a hand. Well, she's not playing with landscape difficulty, so if we can make things easier for us a little bit, or shouldn't we? Well, she went on to fight somebody else. That is her right? Now, this seems like a big, important enough location for us to find another cache, maybe, in the vicinity, perhaps. Oh boy. Alright, we gotta go back to Mâr Naphra now. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because yeah, I only see that chest over there. This island is really big though, so I'm not sure. Oh boy. Another one? Really? No, I think I had already come here. This exact path on the last episode. Maybe there was a cache around here and I already got him and forgot. See anything. And of course, pulling every single map from here to Mâr Naphra is not gonna help. What's this? A metalsmith scroll case? My metalsmith still needs some extra leveling before he can craft Umbari items, but getting there. So that's a scroll case that it's worth keeping. Of course, my priority right now is gearing Beriathan, and metalsmith is only good for wardens for the shield, so that's not a big deal. Maybe there are other ways of getting shields, I suppose. And I still haven't gotten the shield recipe anyway. But okay. Oh boy. Seems like... yeah, this seems to be a dead end. I just didn't want to enter Mâr Naphra swimming. That doesn't seem like the best idea, but this one is worse. This is the worst idea. Now I just need to keep swimming. Boy. Can I please get there now? Oh, you can even see the Wave Hunter from here. Now that I come to think of it, I'm not sure how can we keep our mission a secret when the Wave Hunter is so evidently Gondorian, from what I have seen of all the other Corsair ships. No other ship looks like the Wave Hunter. That seems like a dead giveaway of who we truly are. We'll need to wait and see what happens when we actually get to Umbar. And how do we plan to do this? I'm sure Sirgon and the Mariners maybe have already thought about this. Because even though Umbar was part of Gondor initially, and there is a history between the two realms, and trade and everything, there doesn't seem to be a lot of friendship between them at the time the War of the Ring and afterwards, so something to keep in mind as well.
Need you something from me?
It didn't have to come to this. Us pirates need to stick together. If we don't, that'll be the best of us. I appreciate you sticking your neck out. It was a difficult task, but you proved your worth. Let me see, we are still in the middle of 145 quests. It's not time yet for us to take off the stone. Alright. Now, we cannot make it to Halrax proper, I don't think so, but maybe we can find at least Gwallang and see how is he doing with his quest of building the nest. Alrighty. That's one. So, let's see if we can make our way to our friend Gwallang without attracting too much attention. Alright. Making also good progress here in the reputation. On Laurel's Day, precisely, it said that the max ranking you can get with the with the citizens of Umbar is friend. So if we reach neutral at 20,000 reputation, that means we'll get friend at 25,000. Who knows if in the future there will be a new tier of reputation added for this faction, because that would mean we would get ally at 30,000 reputation. But I don't know, calling ourselves ally of the Umbari doesn't seem like something that likely. Alright, we are approaching Zamarzîr again. Ursula is still roaming about. Perhaps as well. Is Gwallang gonna be up there? By the looks of it, seems that's where he is. This is gonna be maybe... I don't see him being here with the beasts. Oh, salamanders. Oh, I see him now. Cool. What do you want? As you arrive, a huge shadow passes overhead, blanketing the immediate area in darkness. Gwallang jumps up and down with fright. He shakes out his feathers, and while you cannot understand his language, the message is clear. The Shield Isles are not a suitable place for him to build a nest. Gwallang's journey will continue, and perhaps when you leave the Shield Isles, the next place he tries will be free of noise, bog lurkers, and giant birds. Gwallang flies away. Okay, that also ties in very nicely with Legolas and Gimli's quest, and the giant bird that they saw that Legolas didn't dare to shoot and Gimli was so eager to take down. I hope there is a follow-up to this and we get to learn more about that bird and whether he's a friend or not. The fact that Gwallang got scared by it maybe should tell us something there, but the fact that Legolas did not dare to do it should also tell us something there. I'm not sure who to believe. Anyway, that is all the time we have for today. We still need to find Gwallang and we still need to reach the settlement of Halrax, and all that will come on the next one. For the time being though, thank you so much for watching today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.